Next this lunchtime from September, a council in Wales could become the first to provide free sanitary products for schoolgirls. A pilot scheme is underway in Scotland and schools in England can, if they want, do the same. In Wales, the scheme could cost Rhondda Cynon Taf Council around £70,000 a year, but campaigners say it will be worth it, with one charity saying 1 in 10 14 to 21-year-olds in the UK can't afford sanitary towels or tampons. So what do school children there think of the plan?
They're a necessity for people. We don't choose to have periods. It can be really expensive for parents, for teenagers, as well as the younger children that have periods as well. They ain't getting any income, so they can't afford them anyway, so I think they should be free. I think the government should pay for them. Some people just can't afford sanitary products, so if we offer some here, then they'll come to school for starters, and then they have stuff what they need.
Well, to discuss period poverty and the solutions to it, I'm joined by the campaigner Manjit Gill and Amika George, who set up her own campaign, #FreePeriods, last year at just 17 years old. Thank you both for coming in. If I can start with you, Manjit. When we're talking about the worst case scenario, we're talking about girls who can't afford these products, who don't therefore go to school when they're on their period.
Yeah, it's shocking. We started working in this field about 3 years ago because we found out that women in places like India and Africa don't have access to menstrual products. And we went in full force trying to find a way of making sure that they have them. But while we were doing all of that work, we realised that actually we don't have pads for women in the UK. And what we believe is actually that somebody decided that we were going to have free toilet paper in every single public toilet in the country. And yet, as women, in between periods, we use toilet paper and we live in a developed nation. How can that be?
How can it be? What reaction have you had to your campaign since you set it up?
It's been the same. I think that people are really immediately shocked by the fact that there are girls literally too poor to go to school and they're missing out on an education. And I think what's so important about this scheme is that these girls are being given back an education, which is obviously something that everyone deserves. And this is really beneficial in the long term because if they're getting an education, they're more likely to break out of the cycle of poverty in the future. And in the future, they'll be less dependent on the state as well. So I think it's so vital that the government acts on period poverty. I mean, we've known about it happening in the UK for almost a year now, and I think the fact that they haven't done something is quite disgraceful.
Very briefly, we know they changed their policy on tampon tax in that they now give the money to women's charities, but until they get rid of it altogether, will this really change? Very briefly, Manjit.
I think really we have to go look at how much a pad costs and go back to the manufacturers and look at, as a nation, how we can make sure that all of our girls can afford pads and keep them in school.
Manjit and Amika, thank you very much for coming in to talk to me about this. Thank you.